So I have a question for you. Do you have elementary kids at home? And if so, do they play games online with their friends and they are ridiculously loud and they scream? Because I need to not feel alone. Can you hear that? I don't know. I couldn't go outside because the dang locusts and cicadas are so loud, and I'm sitting in here and I got the kid. I don't know. Tell me I'm not alone. All right, so this month's video is the grand return of my friend Luis. He's back for his third time talking. He always makes me laugh, so I love talking to him. And a lot of times our conversations are very impromptu. And what we decided to talk about this time around is happiness and how to be more happy at your job, especially in these unprecedented times when things aren't always so happy and teachers are getting burned out. What can we do? Because for some of us, it's yes, everything is terrible and there's not a lot we can do about some of it, but what can we do with what we have? Because some of us are just so tired of being depressed, negative, sad. I don't know. All at the same time while wanting to maintain that balance. You don't want to swing back and lean towards the toxic positivity because we don't want to deny all the horrible things that are happening. So what does a girl or a guy, teachers of all sorts, what do we do? Let's check it out. You want to get a house on the beach so you can go there on the weekends.
Yes.
But does that mean that you wouldn't stop working? You would still keep working?
I'm looking at it this way. The way my school works, where I work now, my kids are both going to my school, and one of them gets a scholarship at the school. It's a private school, and it's expensive.
Okay.
So in the sense that if my kids leave school and go into into a national university, I'm going to pay less for the university than I'm paying for the school right now.
Whew.
So
so you'll keep working for the school.
So the scholarship is a good motivator.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
my youngest just got into first grade. So in theory, I have 12 years of work ahead of me, unless something crazy happens.
Okay, so win the lottery, win the jackpot, buy a house on the beach, escape for the weekend for the next 12 years, and then after that you can. Yes. Okay. Then after that you can stop working.
And have like a very bespoke closet of clothes over there at the beach house, where we can stick all the bathing suits and all the stuff we need, and a change of clothes to come back to work. Just literally wake up, say goodbye to the beach, get in the car, take the kids to school. Everybody's at school.
So we're talking about plans for this school year to be happier. Because I was saying, before we started recording, I said, I feel like I was so negative last year. I felt like I was complaining all the time. And the problem is there's that fine line of there's so much of that toxic positivity that's make the positives so loud that the negatives, you can't hear them. And it's I get it, but last year there was so much denial of reality and denial of terrible things going on that it just put me in this tizzy of everything is terrible and no one is acknowledging it. And then I felt
basic denial of mental health, of people were burning out.
Yeah.
I censored myself.
Yes.
They were burning themselves out because we've been locked in our house for the better part of 2 years. And you know, it's insane. There's no separation between work and home. And I'm still going, well, I am crazy, but I was going crazier, which is a problem.
Yeah. Well, and then when we were allowed out of our house, I almost want to say forced. It was to go to work or go into these extremely scary situations that we didn't want to do. So that wasn't helpful for us either. Yeah. So I just even though on one hand, things really haven't changed. So one of my frustrations is that everybody wanted to go back to quote unquote normal without even realizing normal wasn't that great before, guys. We had all this stuff we had to fix, and we had this opportunity to to talk education. We had this incredible opportunity to completely overhaul the way we do things. And all we're doing right now is cramming that square peg to the round hole. You know what I mean? And trying to make it back. And it's like, no.
Not only that, it's the school where I work at. It's the building is brand new, so everything is nice and shiny, and the rooms are huge. I mean, like 1,200 square feet for a room. I mean, it's insanely big. And then when we were pitching the new school, we told the parents, look, and then the kids, they can group up and they can sit in tiny groups, and we can have several tiny groups spread out all over the room. Now we can't do that. Now we have to go back to sitting them in rows and lines, and everybody keeping away from each other. So all those beautiful things about the beautiful classrooms, they don't work.
Now, you said before we started recording that you were hoping to find more happiness by possibly, hopefully, having your job transition. You want to talk about that?
I've been ever since I got into the job at this school. I started out as an assistant teacher for second grade. And those second graders are now in 10th grade, which makes me feel insanely ancient.
Yeah.
Yes. I started out as an assistant teacher with the second grade, and the teacher that I work with, I love her to death. Right now she moved to somewhere up in Massachusetts. She's working at a magnet school up there. We spent a couple of years. 1 year, me as her assistant, and then until she left at school, and we had lots of fun, and it was really cool. Then I got to be the tech teacher for elementary school, and then the tech department at school, like the academic side of tech, there were 4 of us, and then one went away, the other one quit, and then somebody else quit, and then there was only me. So from 4 people, it ran down to 1. And I had to do like educational stuff. I had to do PD for the teachers and classes, which was fun. And I've been convincing my leadership that I would better serve the school as a technology integration specialist instead of a teacher and a technology integration specialist. Because if I spend more time with the teachers, I am ultimately benefiting the students more than if I try and balance between, like, I'm not saying that this is boring, but lesson plans are a pain in my side. Lower than the side, but they're a pain.
Yeah.
And being beholden to curriculum and to all that is rough. Yeah. So I've been telling my leadership, look, I'd rather be, I got the Google Certified everything. I'm missing coach yet, but I'm working on it. But I have the trainer, I have everything. You got coach?
I'm working on it. November.
Oh, we're working on it. That's good.
Yay!
Yeah. Because I need to round it out. It's missing from my collection.
Yes. Yes.
I need all the Google ones.
Completists. Yes.
Yes. So that, and then I'm working on it. And I've been telling them, look, we have trainers. I've trained people. We have so many people that are certified. I'd love to have more, but we're working on it. And I convinced the school to reimburse teachers for past tests. So if they get a test, if they get certified, they get reimbursed for the cost of the test, which, let's be honest, it's not much, but it's less of it's a motivator. So I've been talking to my leadership. Look, I don't mind teaching. I enjoy teaching, but it's wearing down on me. I'm getting toasty. And that I do have to thank COVID. COVID, thank you very much, because you've helped me motivate teachers to get technology in ways that they wouldn't have other way.
Yeah, no, I know that a lot of teachers are exhausted by using tech, but honestly, that part is a blessing in disguise because it like forced people into stuff. So I don't know.
And then I taught a couple of teachers how to do Loom. They got it because it's really easy. And the day, like a couple of days later, one of the teachers sends, look at the video I did. And he sends me his video where he was explaining like how to break words up into syllables or something. And then he sent me screenshots of the kids' comments below the video of how awesome the video was because it was really well paced. And that was the best thing ever. Just getting the good review.
Yes. And then it like I can't explain how many times I've tried to like convey that in a job interview. Like that if you can teach another teacher and you can empower another teacher to like be more confident and use these tools. Like my effect isn't just my, 24 or 30 kids in a room. It's now doubled it because now I taught that teacher what I do, and it, and they tell two friends and they tell two friends.
Yeah. I have this problem. This is another problem that I have, but this is worse because I love small books to write stuff down in, but I can't get myself to use them because I'll use them up and then I don't have them anymore.
I have a drawer right here labeled notebooks, and I believe it's like every Google book that I've done, because God forbid you write in it. It's like, it's a clean notebook. You don't want to mess that up. Yeah. Google.
I have the red one. We got that one. I have that one that has the for the scripting.
Yes.
The inside, it's not lined. It's for scripts.
This one.
That one.
The story planner. Yes.
Yeah. I have the story planner. I recommended someone or a couple of someones that got into Innovator in 2020, and they sent me over swag. And one of the things was this beautiful blue notebook with Google for Education on it. It's beautiful. And a friend of mine, and a friend of mine got a small, like it's larger than pocket size, but not quite, with Google for Education in bright yellow. And I love it, but I haven't been able to write anything in it because then it's written and it's
the same reason I have a box full of stickers that I won't stick on anything, because then like, what if I wanted to put it on something else? Like I've gotten better at that, but still like, Well, I think that's also great because that leads to our whole topic of how to be more happy.
Yeah.
Use the things that you don't normally use, wear the things you don't normally wear, because that's one of the things we've learned now in the present, right? Is that you don't know what's next around the corner.
Still not going to use my notebooks though.
It's awesome. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, and find happiness and find joy where you can. Like I was telling you, I'm taking a weekend escape this weekend with my wife. I'm leaving the kids with my mom just so I can like unplug, unwind. I am going to leave my computer here. The place is solar powered, so I have to be very conservative with the phone battery, I have a solar charger for my phone, but I'm really seriously considering.
Nobody needs to know that. Yeah.
I'm not gonna take it, but I'm the idea is I want to enjoy life and not, one thing I've been doing, and I've been telling all the new teachers and all the people I've been doing PD for, there's this beautiful thing called schedule send.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing whatever it is that you're doing at 1 a.m., don't let people know that you work at 1 a.m. Just schedule send it at a reasonable hour. And then if people write you at 5 o'clock, it's after hours, you can answer, but have it go out at work hours. And that's what I've been really sticking to that, unless like the head of the school calls me up, but she never does. But I've been a stickler and telling people, look, have people respect your time, and you try and respect your own time. And I know for teachers it's super hard because you never have enough time, but at least do a little teeny tiny thing and make it work for you.
Yeah. Which is funny. I feel like this is what we talked about last time. We were talking about like setting boundaries and stuff like that. But I've learned that like in a healthy workplace, so like in my new job, we're not expected to work after, 4:30 and the office closes. Like emails don't come through. Like people just don't work. Like, so even like at the boss level, like they set the example, like, no, you're not working. You're not expected to work. If you send something, it's more likely you're going to get like a, what are you doing work? Like get off your emails kind of message, than anything else. So like, how great is that if we all could have some more of that? You know what I mean? Like start scolding each other. What are you doing on the email?
And the other thing I'm working on for my joy is learning to set boundaries in the sense of I am really, and it's really costing me a lot of trouble. I have to learn how to say no.
Yeah.
Which is really freaking hard.
You're right.
Because it's the whole idea of the role that I want in school is because I want to help people, and not helping them is hard.
Yeah.
Because it defeats the purpose. But
Mm-hmm.
then a very good experience that I've had is I will help. I won't help right now. I'll help later.
Well, I think in there you have a very good actionable tip, which is that one of the ways to say no maybe isn't necessarily to say no, but to say I can't do it yet, or I can do it, but not until next week. And I was thinking about that and I'm like, well, for some people, then that might be sufficient enough that they're like, oh, I need it before then, so I'm going to sit down and figure it out. Then good. Then that kind of gave you, if it really was that urgent, then they'll make the effort, but and if they can wait, then they can wait. I mean, that's
the other one. The other one that really sometimes helps is just give it time anyway. And sometimes they'll figure out by themselves, and then the next message is, "Oh, I'm sorry, I figured it out. Thanks anyway."
I've been there.
Yeah, that
I've sent a panicked email and then been like, never mind.
Do you have? I imagine, like me, you have magic powers. In the sense that it's not working, and then you go all the way over there and it starts working because the laying of the hands. You're just there, and tech gets scared.
So I wanted to take a moment to touch on some of the important points of my conversation with Luis, and I was able to narrow them down to 10 tips or things that we kind of took from our conversation that I think I can use as strategies to be happy this year. So let's take a look. The first thing I got out of this is to take a vacation or take a break. It could literally be a vacation, or it could just be, hey, I'm going to block out a day this weekend and I'm going to do nothing. I'm going to stay in my PJs, or maybe it is literally like, let's, staycation, explore a local place, or do like a spa day or camp out in the backyard with the kids or something like that. But some sort of plan to do something different, more vacation-like than your usual routine. Number 2 is to be mindful of your mental health. So I did say to Luis, I said, I felt like I was being a really negative person. But at the same time that we're thinking about that sort of thing, number 3 is to also beware of toxic positivity. That just think happy. It's not a magical pill. So you kind of want to find like a balance between those two things. Number 4 is to set some personal professional goals. So Luis talked about how he's hopeful to transition his job into a slightly different role. I know that's something I had tried for years, that ultimately I had to leave where I was to go somewhere else in order to achieve that goal. We kind of touched on doing the Google Coach certification. So find something for yourself that you can work towards to try to develop to make yourself feel better. And then number 5, don't wait to enjoy special things, be it your Google notebooks or some stickers or a nice pair of shoes or piece of jewelry you don't normally wear because you're worried about something happening to it, or you're saving it for a special occasion. Like, just do that, like, now. Enjoy it while you can. All right, now the next 5 items on our list, number 6 is helping others feels good. So sometimes when you're not feeling good and you're just having trouble getting motivated, doing something nice for somebody else will in turn boost your own levels of happiness. And I think that that's something inherent in the jobs that Luis and I both do. And we talk about how our professional goals. We want to help others. That's the thing. It feels good for us. It helps others. It spreads the love. We talk about how that, that growth can kind of expand by us helping others. We all do better. Number 7 is take a tech break. This is something I've been thinking about quite a bit lately. I imagine a future video will probably feature this, but thinking about digital wellness and how using social media can make us feel sometimes, or just feeling obligated to check the emails and the texts and the things like that. Sometimes just self-imposed break it off for a while. And this comes from somebody who really loves tech. Number 8 is set your boundaries. We use the example of work hours and schedule send, but any kind of boundaries for yourself. If you're constantly being asked to sub at work and you're like, no, I can't do that. All I can do right now to survive is to do my contractual hours. That's okay. You're not a bad teacher for that. Set your boundaries, know what your boundaries are, and stick to them, because otherwise you will burn yourself out. Number 9, speaking of burnout, number 9 is to practice saying no. Or Luis gave us the tip to practice saying not now or not yet. So I think those are also good strategies that you can use to kind of work your way into doing a more solid no. And that also kind of leads us into number 10, which is wait time. That sometimes when someone has a request of you or something, that just kind of waiting it out can simply by itself cause the issue to get resolved. Also, when you're feeling super mad or super upset or super depressed, or you have an email from a parent that you're like, I need to fire back, like, give it wait time, because sometimes that, not only can the problem resolve itself, but like your mental state can kind of right itself so that you don't do anything rash or silly or stupid, like in the heat of the moment. So all the time we talk about wait time for our students, but give yourself a little wait time too. So these are all strategies we can use in the upcoming year to hopefully help make us feel a little bit happier. Of course, we can't change the harsh realities of things, but we can only do the best we can with what we have. And these are some strategies that hopefully are really helpful for you. And thank you to Luis for talking with me again. I'm sure we'll see him again, because I always have a great deal of fun talking with him. It makes me laugh quite a bit. So thank you. Make sure that you do the whole like, subscribe, share this with a friend kind of thing. I'd really love it. And we will talk again soon next month. Hang in there. You got this. Bye. Be sure to subscribe to the Reset EDU channel for the latest project updates and episodes. If you're interested in having a conversation or collaborating in a reset for your own classroom, be sure to fill out the form at bit.ly/ResetEDU. That is case sensitive, so type carefully. Or reach out via social media. Thank you for watching.